So back to this point about the Britain we all knew is fast disappearing. What did you mean by that, Paul?
I think and I think this is the phrase that I used in the piece, that age-old social and cultural norms are being overturned at a pretty rapid pace, and in a way that I think is making many millions of people in this country uncomfortable, and feeling that they don't any longer really recognise their country, and that so many people who are running our politics, are running our institutions, have this kind of very hyper liberal progressive approach to some of the big social and cultural issues, and are very contemptuous of some of those more small c conservative values, which are still very much embedded among many communities within this country. That there is that big disconnect between our politics and our institutions on the one hand, and ordinary people and ordinary communities on the other hand. And I think the piece that I wrote focused on, for example, the army saying that there shouldn't be any Christian elements within acts of remembrance, which, just struck me as being almost sort of revolutionary. I mean, I'm not a practicing Christian myself, but almost revolutionary actually. And I just wonder, and I think I asked the question in the piece, if there's ever been an example of a country whose politicians and whose institutions are so hell-bent on trashing, frankly, their own history and their own culture and their own traditions, while at the same time bending over backwards to promote the history, the culture and the traditions of other cultures, other traditions. And I don't think there is. And people are not stupid. People kind of see this. And particularly if and I think I drew this example in my book Despised. If you're a working class person in Wigan, let's say a native British person living in Wigan as an example, working class person, and let's say a white working class person, and I say that only to illustrate the point that I'm making, you are constantly told through large parts of the liberal media, through institutions, both local and national, by our politicians, that you need to be open. You need not only to embrace other cultures and traditions, you need to celebrate them, because we're a salad bowl now, in the sense that we've got all of these different cultures and traditions, and we need to accept that, and we need to promote them. But if that person, and I think this is what a lot of people feel, if that person was to demonstrate in some way or give some kind of expression to their own culture, to their own kind of native British culture, if you like, they're told, no, you mustn't do that. That's reactionary and that's bigoted, and actually white working class culture, that's something that we need to get away from. And by the way, there's nothing's ever really British anyway. Why would we promote Britain? Whatever it is you try and say about Britain, no, that isn't really British. That was some other country kind of gave that to us. And it just seems to me, and I'm no jingoist, by the way, genuinely. I'm not somebody who thinks, kids should be saluting the flag before school in the morning and singing the national anthem. But I do just feel there is a serious imbalance where, there is such an attempt within, as I say, parts of the media and our politicians and institutions to constantly try and do down any expression of British culture. And to insinuate that anybody who gives off that kind of expression is in some way a nativist or in some way bigoted. But at the same time say to us, but you really must celebrate all of these other cultures and traditions. And as I say, people are not stupid. They pick up on that, and it serves just to, I think, increase the alienation of those communities.